So we finally got the replacement blinds from the blinds that were broken last week. So try this again and see if we can get these up. Now, if you can't tell, I sweat a lot. It's not that hot up here, but man, anything I do, it just pours off of me. But it is what it is. Been that way my whole life. Let me move the camera closer. I'll show you why I love these blinds. So I've probably lived in a cave or something because I've never seen these until I came down here to Florida, and they were in the living room. And so we liked it so much, we needed new blinds for the upstairs, so we bought them for up here. They're called zebra blinds. Like I said, you've probably seen them or heard of them. I had not. I love them because they roll. There's 2 layers here, and every other line is striped. So if I just want a little light in the room, I can just do that. Still have some privacy. It's like a screen. If I want to block the light, I can just set them like that. And of course, there's some kind of insulating factor here because there's a little gap here, and the ones downstairs are definitely warmer on the insides. And if I want to put them up, I can even go up part way and do the same thing, either leave the light in or just close them halfway. So love the zebra blinds. Now, we just bought the manual ones from upstairs. They do have motorized ones that work with Alexa too. So if I replace the ones in the living room, I'll probably put the automated motorized in that work with Alexa, because at certain times of the day, the sun moves overhead, and if those go up automatically, we'd have light in the living room without having to bother to go open them. Kind of lazy that way sometimes, but these are cool. As you saw at the beginning of the video, we went kayaking today. We went kayaking this morning down here in Fort Myers, a little area called Bunch Beach, and there's a place there to rent kayaks. They'll do guided tours and everything too. We did like a 3-hour rental of kayaks, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a little rough out there today. Where we had to go, we went out into the ocean, down the coast just a little ways, just a few hundred yards, and then back inland. It was windy today. The ocean was a little rougher than normal. Whew, boy, I'm hurting today. I'm gonna be hurting tomorrow from all the rowing. My arms feel like I've been playing baseball for the first time in 30 years with both arms. Both elbows are killing me. And then this afternoon I took Tatum down to the Love Boat ice cream place. They have several places here in Fort Myers. It's like everybody who's been here for any amount of time knows about it. Will ask you, did you go to Love Boat for some ice cream? You know, I'm a soft ice cream kind of guy. I love Dairy Queen, soft serve ice, anything like that. I've never been a fan of hard scooped ice cream. And Love Boat ice cream has, they keep their ice cream, it's just like the right temperature. So when they scoop it, it's still kind of soft. They have so many flavors, as you saw in the little clip there. It is really, really good. Highly recommend it. The original or main location is down on St. Carlos Boulevard, St. Carlos Boulevard. And it's really, really good. So if you're in town, in Fort Myers area, highly recommend that for some ice cream. Probably seems like we've gone out to eat every day. Pretty much have the last few days. Tatum's here for what is really her summer vacation, so we've done a lot, and we went to Top Golf, went downtown to eat lunch yesterday afternoon, met Rob and Stephanie and Nikki at Osaka, had Japanese steakhouse tonight, which is really good. I tell you, the fresh seafood here, it's just unbelievable. Just making sure that she had a good time on her vacation this year. This week, be eating in a lot more, trying not to put back on any of that weight I've lost. The kayaking today and the soreness that I have, or I'm going to have tomorrow, I'm quite certain my back, shoulders, and arms are all going to feel it tomorrow. And maybe my hamstrings, because you're kind of balancing yourself with your legs in a kayak. But it made me think about something. Even though I've been to the gym, 70 sometimes this year, I've lost all this weight and is probably just about as good shape as I've ever been in, I think, physically. And it reminds me of a quote that Marcus, my old personal trainer, good friend, told me. I think he quoted someone when he told me this, and that was that you don't own your fitness, you rent it, and you pay rent every day, regularly, or you lose it. That's kind of a, if you really think about that, it's pretty true. And I had equated that over to business. A couple of years ago, I did a couple classes for our management team, team leaders. Actually, anybody in the warehouse, anybody in the company that wanted to attend could come to it. And quite a few people came. And one of the things I talked about was leadership and success was just like that. You rent it, you don't own it, and you pay rent continuously. And it's really kind of just like renting a place, because the more rent you pay, generally, the better the place you have. And the more you work, the harder you work, the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of any type of business or success or leadership. And when it comes to leadership, that's something that's really ever evolving. Not only do you have to have the foundations that typically people learn in business school or from experience, or being, in my case, I was exposed to a few really good leaders and paid close attention. Then I read some books too, read quite a few leadership and management type books. And, if you don't practice it, you lose it. And the more you get to practice it, the better you get. So, it's like a lot of sports and anything else, golf, whatever it is, the more you do it, the more success you'll have and the better you get at it. And so leadership, if you don't pay that rent every day and keep working at it, you're going to lose it and go downhill. You're going to lose some respect of your peers and your subordinates or your whoever. And then business is the same way. If you don't keep reinvesting in your business, and by reinvesting, I'm not just talking about money, I'm talking about time and improvement, continuous improvement. One of the big things I was always an advocate of. And when I worked at Fort Knox back about 10 years ago, 2012, we had to take this certification called ITIL, Information Technology Information Library, I think it was. And ITIL, the very first part of it, taught you, I think it was the foundations course, taught you about continuous improvement. And I actually struggled passing that course and passing that test because I had implemented those things my own way, my own career, and then I had to kind of adapt to what they wanted me to answer to pass the test. So it was kind of tough. And I thought that was really odd how I had practiced that for so long. Every project I finished, I would immediately say, what do I need to do to make this better? Or how could I improve it? It was like I couldn't help it but to look at it that way. And by paying that rent every day and continuously wanting to improve businesses and my own business and my customers' business, it really gave me the skills I needed for success later in life. And, like I said, I paid that rent every day to be able to have what I had and to continue to learn and grow. And so when you talk about businesses, and if you have a business, you have a small business, if it hasn't changed much, if it hasn't grown much, if you're still doing kind of the same thing you were a year ago, not really any improvements or anything. Now, if you don't want that, that's fine. But if you want to grow your business and you wonder why you're not, you need to ask yourself, are you paying the rent every day on that? Are you learning more? Are you improving? Or are you looking at opportunities where you can expand your business, maybe expand your offerings? If you're making and selling finished products, what else could you do? What other areas could you penetrate? Are there dead times of the year when you might have an opportunity to sell more of a particular item in a particular market that you're not tackling right now? Every late April and early May, there's opportunities to make things for graduates for college and high school. If your business is dead during that time and you do things that can fit into that realm, you need to figure out how to exploit some of that business that's happening at that time of the year. But paying the rent every day, learning, growing, figuring out how you can improve, how your business can improve, what you could be doing differently, what you could be doing better. If you're not paying that rent every day, you're going to stay stagnant or go down. Listened to a podcast about a week ago. It was a talk, I guess Jordan Peterson was speaking at some event. And somebody asked him a question. He said, well, the only thing that's for sure and is imminent is failure. If you don't do anything, if you don't eat, if you don't pursue things, whatever it is, everything will just fail automatically by lack of action. And so in order to have something better, you have to do something to improve whatever it is. If you do that and then you quit paying that rent, you quit working on it, failure is going to be imminent again. And I thought that, I've thought so much about that ever since I listened to the podcast and how that related over to paying the rent every day. And then I go back to what we did this morning with kayaking, and I realized that while I've been paying the rent at the gym, probably should have rented some different rooms and got on some different equipment, and I wouldn't maybe not be quite so sore tomorrow. But anyway, are you paying the rent and improving, continuing to improve, whether it's leadership, business, personal life, your faith, whatever it is? Think about it. Figure out how to keep improving and keep paying the rent.